Welcome to the Showtime conference call. If you would like to ask a question during the question and answer session, please press star, then the number 1 on your telephone. John Bayverdi.
Okay, thank you very much. On behalf of Showtime and everyone involved with Forewarned, our big quadruple header on Saturday, June 2nd on Showtime from the Home Depot Center in Carson, California. I'd like to thank you and welcome you to today's call. We're going to begin today's call with Vusi, Malinga, and Leo Santa Cruz, who'll be fighting in one of the 2 world title fights on June 2nd. And then in a few minutes, we're going to go right over and move to Antonio Tarver, who will be headlining against Lateef Kayode. Both Antonio and Lateef will be on the call, along with their trainers, Jimmy Williams and Freddie Roach, respectively. Just a reminder, we've got another conference call tomorrow, Thursday, at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. This conference call will also be for the June 2nd Forewarned telecast on Showtime. And that will feature Winky Wright, Peter Quillen, Austin Trout, and Delvin Rodriguez. So thank you for participating today, and we hope to hear from you also tomorrow. At this point, again, I'd like to thank you and welcome you to today's call, and I would like to turn it over now to Chris de Blasio at Showtime for some comments. Chris?
Thanks, John. Thank you to the press for joining the call. On behalf of our new general manager, Steven Espinoza, who, since he began late last year at our company, at our network, he's kept us very busy. What Steven has collected here, working with the boxing promoters, a really big month of June for us and for boxing fans and our subscribers on Showtime who are enjoying the expanded boxing coverage that Steven's put in place. It all starts with June 2nd, this big 4-fight, very rare 4-fight telecast live on Showtime. Again, Saturday, June 2nd begins at 9 p.m. Eastern and tape delayed on the West Coast, 9 p.m. Pacific. So we couldn't be more thrilled to have a big night, 4 fights on Showtime, plus the addition of the preliminary fight on Showtime Extreme. That will start at 8 p.m. Eastern and Pacific, live on the Showtime Extreme channel, as many of you on this call are probably accustomed to seeing now, since we've been doing it for about 6 months. That fight is, Showtime Extreme card on June 2nd is going to feature Daya Davis versus Saki Obika in a pretty compelling 10-round fight. It is for a minor title at super middleweight. And we hope to have some other highlights of preliminary fights on that as well. But you could for sure expect the 1-hour Showtime Extreme show to feature Daya Davis and Saki Obika on June 2nd before we even get to the big 4-fight card that's over on the Showtime channel. So there's a lot going on in June in boxing beyond Showtime networks, obviously with the Pacquiao and Bradley fight as well. So boxing fans are in for a treat. It all starts next Saturday. I want to thank the fighters, of course, for being a part of it, and everyone at Golden Boy Promotions and Gary Shaw Productions, and AT Entertainment, Antonio Tarver's group, for helping to put all this together. So without further ado, we'll go back to John, and we'll hear from the fighters right away. But again, we're thrilled for June 2nd to kick off a big month for us on Showtime Championship Boxing. So thanks for being on.
Okay, thanks to Chris de Blasio, Vice President, Sports Communications at Showtime. At this point, we're going to begin with opening comments. Is Leo on the line again?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, great. Live from South Africa, we're going to start with opening comments from the number 1 ranked IBF bantamweight contender, Vusi Malinga. Vusi, thank you for participating on the call. How's training camp going?
Thanks.
What's your thoughts going into this big fight on Saturday, June 2nd on Showtime?
Okay. I'm very happy to fight in the Showtime promotion. It's a privilege to me to fight there. And I've been waiting for this opportunity for the long time. I'm fit, I'm trained very well. I do believe now I'm going to take the title. I'm very fit. Yes, thank you.
Okay, thanks. Can we get some opening comments from you, Leo? Here you are, you're fighting in literally your backyard at the Home Depot Center. What are your thoughts going into your first shot at a world title?
Yeah, I'm very excited. I'm very happy that they gave me this opportunity. I'm very happy that Showtime, they gave me the opportunity to fight there in a big card. It's like a big privilege for me to fight there. It's an honor, and I want to show them like what I got. I want to do my best so I could impress Showtime, but mostly because I want to win that title. I've been training really hard, like since I was 8 years old, since I was a kid, and that was my dream to become a world champion. And now that I get the opportunity, I started training really hard since I heard that I was gonna fight for the title. I started training really hard. I even got a strength and conditioning trainer. I've been working stuff that I haven't worked before, and I'm very concentrated in this fight. And hopefully everything comes out good, and we win on June 2nd.
Okay, thank you. Operator, could you give instructions on how to ask the question?
If you'd like to ask a question, please press star 1 on your telephone keypad. That's star and the number 1.
And before we go to our first question, here's a question for Vusi. Come to the United States. And the second part of the question, how much do you know about Leo Santa Cruz?
You know, I'm coming to the United States on Sunday. I'll be there. I don't know much about him. I never saw him win the fight. But definitely sure I'm very fit. I'm going to win this one by knockout. I'm very fit. I've been waiting for this opportunity a long time. Now, I think it's my time to win this title. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Leo, what do you know about Malinga? And have you trained or prepared any differently for him than you have for any other fight?
I don't know that much about him, but I watched a couple of videos of him, and I know that he's a pressure fighter too. He comes forward, he's tall, and he's a good fighter. He's strong, he has good shots and uppercuts, but I've been prepared, like I've been learning how to block uppercuts, and I think the hooks, he gets the hooks, so I've been practicing a few shots of that, and I've been training here and been learning how to fight him.
Okay, great. Operator, can we go to our first question?
Our first question comes from the line of Lem Satterfield with The Ring.
How are you guys doing?
Good, thank you.
I guess, Vusi's the one predicting knockouts, but my first question, is for Sergio. You've got 9 straight knockouts. Leo. You've got 9 straight knockouts. You had 6 decisions through August of 2009. How do you account for your ability to get your opponents out of there the way you've been doing during that stretch? And do you think that you can do the same impressively against Malinga?
Oh yeah, first he's a really strong fighter and everything. But yeah, I think I could be able to do that if I go to the body a lot. I'm gonna try to go to the body first. I'm gonna try to get them down there, and then if it doesn't work there, I'm gonna try to go on up. And because I think he has a weakness that he'll drop his right hand, so I'm gonna take advantage of that. And I think I could do that. If not, what I want most is winning. If I can, I'm not gonna try to look for the knock or anything. I'm just gonna try to win.
Can you talk a little bit more about the mentality that it takes to, because that's what the public really likes today is the knockout, and you've been doing that. Can you kind of talk about the mentality, or at least the transition? What took place that got you to the point where you were able to get your opponents out of there?
Yeah, my mentality is like that. I heard that nobody has ever, like, the fighters I have fought, nobody has ever, like, dropped them or, like, stopped them. And it comes into my mind that if I become the first one to drop them or to knock them out, that it's gonna help me a lot. It's gonna be a huge thing for me. So I prepare really hard. I work, and when I fight there, I fight with my all. I try to go with everything. And I took it like I taken not like I don't go wire and everything. I just put my punches good, and I put like how I train in the gym. I work hard. That's why. And when I go there, with my mentality is to drop him and to try to do my best.
Thanks a lot. Vusi, you there?
Yes.
Obviously, you're the one who predicted a knockout. He's the one that's been getting guys out of there. You said you haven't observed him that much. He said he's seen you a lot. Between now and the fight, what do you think you can do to what do you think are your distinct advantages over him? Is it experience? Is it what?
All I know about him, he's a young boy, and he's been training there to fight for the world title. He's training very hard, But now me, I've been for this position for the long time. I'm very fit. I'm very happy to be back in the ring, and I've been training very hard for this fight. So I think I deserve to win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I guess the emphasis you're making is that your experience in what bigger fights is going to be the difference.
Yeah, I think to my record, I've been fought with a good opposition. Like previous fight. I've been to the WPC and IPF, So now it's my second time. I've been fighting with the strong guys to the division, like Paul, Hasegawa, I think the advantage of me being fighting with the good guys, is going to work there. I don't underestimate him. Yeah, he's a good boy, he's a young boy. But now it's my time to win the world title. It's one thing that I've been dreaming of.
Thank you very much, guys. Good luck.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Our next question comes from the line of John McCormick with BoxingTalk.com. Mr. McCormick, your line is live.
Hello.
Okay. Our next question comes from the line of Eddie Goldman with No Holds Barred.
Thank you very much. Hello, everybody. First question is for Vusi. You obviously have the experience advantage in this fight, but also in the last couple of years, you haven't been as active as you had been in your career. Can you talk about the layoff and why that happened and how you're going to deal with that?
Yeah, boxing it's a professional sport, I don't do boxing for part-time. I always in a gym, my all the families are the boxers, we always training, helping some other guys in the gym that are going to fight. I'm always ready for a fight, I'm always in a gym, so I don't have a problem with not fighting, like I say, I've been waiting for this opportunity, you know. So I've been training very hard for this fight, you know. Thanks.
Was that the reason you hadn't fought in a little over a year, because you were waiting for the title shot?
Yeah, you know, I've been waiting for this opportunity since from it's about a year, 14 months, you know. So I think it's my time now to win it. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and a question for Leo. Leo, you're going in obviously with an undefeated record, but do you think that Vusi Malinga is the toughest opponent you will have faced in your career?
Yeah, the truth, I think he's going to be the toughest right now in my career, because he's the number one ranked by the IBF. That's for a reason. And I seen him videos, and I think how he fights. He comes forward. He's a strong fighter. I respect him and everything, but this opportunity is the one I've been waiting for. So I'm training really hard too, and I'm not gonna let this opportunity go. And then I don't want to lose my undefeated record and anything. So I'm gonna leave it out in the ring. I'm training really, really hard. I'm really mentalized. Like, I'm focused on this fight, and I'm not gonna let this opportunity go for nothing.
Do you think the layoff that he's had is going to have much of an effect on him one way or the other?
Well, like he said, I don't think he's going to have that much effect, because he said he's been in the gym, for all the time. He's always in the gym. He's always getting ready. So I think if he has been in the gym and everything, I don't think it's going to affect him, because he's been sparring. I think he's been training right there in the gyms. And so I don't think so, but I'm still not taking that as a match or something. I'm still training hard. I'm going to keep training like I always train, and I'm going to go really focus on that fight.
Okay, and why do you feel you're ready to fight somebody on this level at this point to make the move up?
I think that I've been already I have already a few years fighting pro already, and I have a lot of experience in the amateurs and everything, and there's the opportunity we were waiting for. So, and I think that I'm already 23 years old, and I think it was time already to get the opportunity. And I think I still need to get more experience and everything, but I think I'm ready already.
Okay, thank you, and good luck to everybody.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Your next question comes from the line of Jeffrey Freeman with Kayode Digest.
Hi, actually, I had questions for either Freddie, Tarver, or Lateef. Could you put me back in queue?
Okay, next question.
Our next question comes from Chris Cursillo with Row Combat Media.
Hey, Leo. How you doing?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Wanted to know, I noticed a lot of stoppages coming from referees from body shots. What makes you focus on the body so much?
Oh, because right there, on the head, if you go to the head, sometimes fighters, they could take too much punches to the head. They're really strong right there. You hit them good shots and everything, and they were able to take it and everything. And in the body, it don't matter how strong you are. It don't matter if you get them a good shot, you put them down, because right there, the body part is a part that nobody could take.
Who were some of your favorite fighters coming up?
It was Chavez, Jose Chavez, Oscar de la Hoya, and there's a few Mexican fighters that right now, Manny Pacquiao, right now.
You fought a guy named Everth Bursino for the interim WBC Youth World Bantamweight title. How did you feel after 11 rounds? You stopped him, so that's a good sign. But how did you feel for the first time going so late?
Well, it helped me a lot, because I got experience from there. I got a lot of experience, and then I didn't get that much tired. I thought, if I went to the later rounds, that I was gonna get more tired. But I think that instead of getting more tired, I think I got more air. I think I was feeling better every round, every more. I think I kept getting the same, or I even more punches I started throwing. So, but I learned a lot. It was a great experience. And he went with Montiel Montiel decision, and so it was a great opportunity for me, and I learned a lot from that fight.
Thank you, Leo. Good luck. for Vusi.
Thank you.
Vusi, what do you do to prepare for someone who throws body shots like Leo throws?
Yeah, I know. I like the person who goes to the body. I'm always afraid when a person likes to hit the body. If you can see me now, I'm always a 6'. I'm ready for him.
Mm-hmm. And how are you preparing to deal with the body shots? How are you going to counter it? Are you planning to use more uppercuts and see what you can do when it comes to lower?
We've been waiting for the body shot. We prepared for him. When he goes to the body shot, there's going to be some answers for him, strong answers. So we prepared for him if he goes to the body and goes to the body and head. There's going to be some strong answers, which I cannot mention.
Thank you, Vusi. I appreciate it. Good luck. Good luck, everyone.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thanks.
Okay. Hey, to Vusi and Leo, thank you very much for taking time out to participate in today's call. We look forward to a great IBF Bantamweight World Championship fight. This is for the vacant belt in one of the 2 world title fights on Saturday, June 2nd on Showtime from the Home Depot Center in Carson, California. Good luck to both of you. We're out of time, though, and we're going to move on to part 2 of today's conference call. We appreciate everyone's patience and participation. At this point, we're going to go to 4 guys. Antonio Tarver, his trainer Jimmy Williams, Freddie Roach, and Lateef Kayode. So we're going to start with opening comments from Antonio Tarver. Antonio, welcome to the call. How are things going?
Hey, thanks a lot. Thanks for having me. Doing real well. We finished up our last day of sparring yesterday. They say I went 13 rounds. I thought I went 10. I don't know. I lost track a long time ago, but we feel real good, man. I had some great guys in sparring, and they really pushed me. This has been a really, really good camp. I think we're peaking at the right time. The weight is down. I weighed out yesterday like 205, so I'm strong. And now it's just about getting rest, focus, and continue meditating on the vision, and visualizing how this fight is going to go down, and making sure that we're ready for whatever he brings to the table. I can't tell you how excited I am about AT Entertainment, working along with Golden Boy Promotions as well as Gary Shaw Promotions, Winky Wright Promotions, and Showtime, for believing in this fight and giving it all the attention that it deserves. And we plan on putting on a hell of a show come June 2nd in Carson, California, at the Home Depot Center. So I'm just really thrilled to death to be back again fighting in America. It's been a while, it's been over 2 years almost, come June 2nd. So I'm excited. It's like, don't call it a comeback. I just want to let the people know I'm still here.
Okay, thanks, Antonio. Now can we get a few opening comments from Antonio's trainer, Jimmy Williams? Jimmy, welcome to the call.
Thank you for having me. To back up what y'all were saying, we have a philosophy. We stay ready to keep from getting ready. See, I'm from the old school, and my philosophy is that we don't care what he does. We do things on what he do. So, and Tarver is a 5-time world champion, plus he's a boxer, fighter, puncher, counter-puncher. This guy is one dimension. Skill will beat will. We can change our style, but right now, he's getting better as he gets older. We working smarter, not harder. We not running. He's punching harder now. His deepest in place. He's ready for anything. I told him before, whatever the guy do, he's seen it before. The things I taught him, he never seen before. So I'm happy. I wish the fight was tonight. Oh, that's yesterday. He's ready.
Okay, thanks, Jimmy. Before we move on to Hall of Fame trainer Freddie Roach, we have a quick comment from Chris DeBlasio again, Chris.
Thanks, John. Just before, I wanted to jump in before Antonio, but I didn't get a chance to. Before we get started, for those of you that were in Los Angeles for the press conference to kick this fight off, we saw some incredible emotions, and I think you'll see those as the next week unfolds, maybe even as this call unfolds, but for sure on Saturday night when these guys fight on June 2nd. For those of you who have seen it, we have sent out a video highlight package of that press conference. It was one of the most spirited I've been to in a long time. We encourage you to check it out. You're, of course, welcome to use it on any of your online posts, embed that video onto your site, and give your readers a chance to see what kind of emotions are going into these two co-main events between Tarver, Kayode, of course, Winky Wright, and Peter Quillen as well. So thanks, Sean, and we'll turn it back over to you.
Okay, thanks. At this point, it's my honor to introduce one of the greatest trainers of our generation who handles Lateef Kayode, Freddie Roach. Freddie?
Hey, how you doing? Lateef's training really hard. He's getting ready for the fight. We're working on a very good game plan, and he's just ready to go. I wish Antonio the best of luck, and the best man will win.
Okay. Thanks, Freddie. Lateef, can we get some opening comments from you, please? Your thoughts going into this fight?
Yeah, how you guys doing? Thank you for bringing me for this show. I'm ready for this fight, and I'm really happy. Since the day that he accepted the fight, that he's going to accept to fight me, I'm really happy to show the world this young kid. He has something to prove better than Antonio Tarver. And he thought he's still the same what he's doing back there. It's not. So on June 2nd, like next week, we're gonna show what he got and what I got. I'm gonna show you. He's gonna show me what he has. So he never fight nobody like me. So I hope he can share the love for him on June 2nd. That's the only thing I will tell you.
Okay, thanks, Lateef. Operator, can you give instructions on how to ask the question again? Then we'll.
If you'd like to ask a question, please press star 1 on your telephone.
And while we're waiting for our first question, Lateef, you've been, to say the least, not happy with some of the comments Antonio's made about you while he's called your fights during your numerous occasions or numerous appearances on Showtime. Do you have something to prove to him? I mean, you have an opportunity to actually fight the announcer, something that Larry Merchant couldn't do with Floyd Mayweather. But you're going to be fighting the announcer, and I know you're upset with some of the comments he's made. How do you plan to take it out on Antonio? What are you going to show him in this fight?
What I'm going to show you that all the stuff that he say about me, that first of all, he said I want to slapping, and second of all, he said I'm not fighting with experience. So I'm not taking that away. Every time I fight on Showbox, he keeps saying the same thing. I don't know what I do. I'm not doing nothing. Every time I see him, I say, well, I respect him. I say, what's up, champ? How you doing? I talk to him nice. But if you get to the point for the show, you only be faking to me. So I saw he keep doing it every time he keep doing it. And I thought, okay, this is getting serious. Everybody told me I do good for that fight. And this man is turning me down like I'm not doing nothing wrong. Okay. I went back to the video, looked a little from the fight. I ordered from the tape. I ordered all the fight. I looked at everything. I'm feeling my heart. I can beat this man down by the name of God. He doesn't have nothing to prove. All right. And I saw him in downtown LA. I walked to him. I said, John, why you always say bad about me every time I fight on Showbox? He said, I'm not talking about you. I do my job. You are not doing your job. There are 3 people commenting over there. When I'm doing a good job punching opponent under the opponent, you quiet down, you don't say nothing. But you are there to against me for a little mistake I do. And you keep doing that every time I fight on Showbox. So we got the argument from there. So they take me away. That is. So and I'm calling out, okay, let's show you who is the best between me and you. So show me what you have. I'm going to show you what I have. You see I'm slapping? Let me get you one more. One shot. One shot. You will see one shot I got you. You will know. You want to run? Run. You want to move? Move. You want to come and grab me? Grab. For 2 seconds, I got a plan on a good training camp. I've never been in this training camp in my life. So this training I have, it put me, I have a good confidence on this man. I will bring it down on 2 seconds. What you think I'm going to do for him is not what I'm going to bring to the fight. But I'm going to surprise him, and I'm going to put surprise all over everybody that I think he's smart, he has sense, he's sneaky. I want to say, keep all those stuff you think you're going to do to me, keep in your mind. But I'm coming with different ways you don't believe. I'm coming with you. If this fight doesn't happen, if I see Sonia Tarver in the street, I'm going to fight you to show him I'm going to be this man. Because I come from far away. I left my family for 5 years to come here to struggle for my life. I'm never disrespect no woman be like me in my life. All the opponents I fight, I give them a lot of respect. You are looking for something to eat, to feed your family. I'm looking the same thing to eat, to feed my family. I'm never disrespect nobody. But if it's you, you're gonna start from you. You're gonna disrespect somebody. I'm gonna disrespect you, and I'm gonna knock you down. I'll never give you respect for this in my life again.
Okay, hey Antonio, do you have a reaction to the way he feels about your analysis from ringside? Are you surprised? Is this how do you deal with a younger fighter who's got obviously these
Well, you know, from an analysis standpoint, yeah, I'm a little bit surprised because, you know, I'm not paid there to stroke nobody. I'm not sitting behind that desk to promote or market a fighter. You know, I got to see it from my eyes and tell it how I see it. And, you know, when I look at a fighter, you know what I mean, you know, your average person might not see the things that I see, but I'm coming from years of experience with, you know, from a lofty, extensive amateur background. I was one of the most decorated amateurs of you know, our time. And, you know, I've been a very, very successful professional fighter, so I think I know the game of boxing, you know, back and forth and through. You know what I'm saying? I've had one of the best trainers, you know, philosophers, you know, however you want to, teachers, you know, to teach me the sport, you know, ever since I was 10 years old. So I've been schooled very, very well. And, you know, what I may see may not be obvious to the naked eye, but, you know, I'm looking at it from a different perspective. And, you know, I can go on record to say that, you know, I wasn't trying to be overly critical of Lateef. You know, he's a guy, he's a number one, you know, ranked high across all the boards. And, you know, if he wasn't worthy, I wouldn't be fighting him. So, you know, and that's what he needs to understand. You know, it ain't about that, but we all have to go back to the gym every time. You think I didn't work to get better as a fighter this particular fight? Yeah, you always can work to get better. There's always improvement in areas, you know. So what I was telling him was the things that I saw that he could have improved on. I'm not thinking about him being able to hit somebody hard or, you know, this and that and that. I mean, I'm not looking at that. That's basic boxing. I'm looking at the intangibles that you're going to need to be a world-class fighter. And he could not understand that. So, you know, he showed his inexperience and his youth by being emotional and getting all out of, you know, whack and, you know, approaching me and trying to confront me. So, you know, that right there tells me That tells me that through his inexperience and his emotions, got the best of him. And now he's bit off more than he can chew. So now, instead of, trying to tell him what I was trying to, let him know, now I got to show him. And this is going to be an experience of a lifetime for Lateef. And he's going to forever remember this fight. Because this is where he's going to be compared and judged for the rest of his career. And I can tell you right now, if he's adamant about doing the things that he say he's going to do, then I'm going to have to show him very early in this fight that I'm not no little boy that he's been facing. I'm not one of these little kids he's been running up to, and he can't bully me. I mean, you can talk all that you want. You can't bully me because you don't know. Your struggle is nothing compared to my struggle here in America and what I had to overcome to get to where I had to go. You feel me? I don't care nothing about you being from Africa. I respect you because you're a brother from another, but that don't mean nothing to me because my obstacles and my struggles you can't relate to. And that's why I'm the fight I am today because of the things I had to overcome. You feel me? You had 5 years here in America. I've been here all my life. You feel me? Had to go through everything. Ain't nobody gave me nothing. Not one thing. I didn't even have a promoter when I started amateur professional, and I was an Olympic bronze medalist. So you don't know what it feels like to have to beat everybody in front of you to get to where you're going. And you in my way, because I'm on my way to bigger and bigger things, better things. I'm going at the heavyweight title, and you in my way. And I'm not going to let Lateef Kayode stop me from my destination. So I'm looking forward to June 2nd. And just like you hear me in my voice, I'm fired up. Because this man has threatened me in so many ways. Telling me if he see me in the street, what he going to do? Okay, that's all I need to hear. So be man enough to say what you're going to do and back it up. Because I can go on record and say that when I tell you I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it because that's how I feel about it. And I'm not going to say what I'm going to do, but I tell you what, I'm going to defend my title with everything I got. And I'm ready for whatever Lateef Kayode can bring. He think he's going to be the bully in this fight. He got another thing coming. He think he's the one bringing the power in this fight. He's going to find out early. He got another thing coming. And so when he gets frustrated and emotional, like he been throughout this whole build-up of this fight, that's when he's going to fall in my hands. He better have an ABCD plan because it's going to take more than one game plan to beat me. And just coming with power ain't going to do it. Because I fought power punches before. I knocked them out. I fought bullies before. I knocked them out. I fought the very best in the world, and I beat them. So, Lateef Kayode, you got a chance of a lifetime to be a legend on one night. But you're going to have to bring your ass to get it. That's all I got to say.
Okay, thanks to both guys. Operator, can we go to the first question, please?
Our first question comes from the line of John Cote with Tampa Bay Times.
Hey, Antonio, how's it going?
I'm doing real well.
Tony, can you talk a little bit about your, I guess the arc of your career? I mean, you're a guy who's been up and down, and when we think you might be done, you're not. You seem to have reinvented yourself at every turn. Movie star, analyst. Now you're going to try to win a heavyweight championship down the road. You kind of talk about how you've managed to keep this going for so long, over the years, and what your plans are, maybe down the road in the next year or two.
Well, I've kept it going just by being focused, man. You got to continue to set plans, set goals, and achieve goals. Once you can no longer achieve anything, then, what are you doing? You're just existing. So, I've had one goal after the next and I took it one day at a time, and stayed consistent with my goals and my plans. And, it just comes from the heart, when I'm all alone by myself, and I'm praying and I'm looking, talking to God. I just ask, what is there out there for me? What can I do next? And, I've always had somewhere else to go. So I've stayed relevant by, I guess you can say, reinventing myself time and time again. Just when they think I'm out, I slide back in. And, that's been really, it's been a roller coaster ride, but it's been great, 5-time champion, and having the will and the determination to bounce back when everybody else has pretty much counted you out. That's been really the story of my life and my career. So, I take pride in that. And right now, I'm fighting a young, hungry fighter. I've been there before. You know what I'm saying? I know what he feels like, and, I understand his excitement. But I'm not ready to go anywhere just yet, man. I mean, really, I'm not. I want to prove that I'm the best cruiserweight in the world, and I want that to catapult me to a big night with everything to gain, and an unbelievable night, and with an attempt to bring that heavyweight title back to America. I think I'm the man to do it, and that's my goal. I want that opportunity, and so I know none of that will be possible if I can't get by June 2nd, if I can't get through Lateef Kayode.
Thanks, Antonio.
Our next question comes from the line of Lem Satterfield with The Ring.
Hey, how you guys doing? Antonio?
Yes, sir.
What's background noise, please? Go ahead, Lem.
Antonio, I know you're fired up. I know the competitive juices are there from a fighter standpoint, but from a veteran standpoint, knows that once he gets in the ring, his game plan takes over. Does it kind of comfort you to know that you have a young guy who's really keyed up, and you seem to want him to come in there and come at you as opposed to maybe run away from you? Does it comfort you to know that he's going to be there to fight, or hope that he's there to fight?
Not really. I mean, there's really no comfort until this fight is over with, you know what I mean, until you have the victory. Like I said, I worked very, very hard. I haven't taken Lateef Kayode lightly by any stretch of the imagination, and that's what, they need to understand, that I'm serious about this fight. You know what I mean? I've taken this guy as a serious threat, and regardless of anybody trying to keep putting in my head that he's inexperienced, he's this, he's that, I know as a fighter, it can, one punch can change a fight, and one punch can end a fight. And what I've done in training camp is try to eliminate any chance of him getting lucky. And so the only way I can do that is make sure I'm in the very best shape mentally and physically. And yeah, I mean, I haven't been this, in this tense for a fight in a long, long time. I mean, this feels to me like, some of the biggest fights I've had, going into this thing, because this guy's strong, he's aggressive, and he's went on record saying that he's going to knock me out, and he's holding strong to that assumption. So, I know this guy's coming in to try to hurt me, and that's going to make me sharp, man. That's going to make me very alert, and that's going to make me razor sharp in that ring. And I know I'm gonna be ready to go. As soon as the bell goes ding, I'm gonna be aware of everything around me. I'm gonna dial in on this guy. It's gonna be tunnel vision, and I think this fight right here is gonna show people exactly, my ability and my skill. And I mean, I've never been really hurt in a fight, and I can take a punch. You feel me? I'm one of the toughest guys out there, and this is what he's going to have to understand. That if it came down to us standing toe-to-toe, letting it go, I'm confident, that I can stand there and get the job done. So it ain't going to be no running. He ain't going to have to worry about that. I'm 43 years old. I ain't trying to run nowhere unless I'm running in preparation for a fight. But, I don't have to run. I think I have, confidence in my ability. I'm a sharp shooter. You know what I mean? Like I said, I don't just punch. My punches are target oriented, and I'm trying to hit organs. I'm trying to hit the heart, the liver, the kidney, and I'm trying to hit that chin. And I'm accurate. So you ain't got to worry about me missing. You feel me? I'm going to be on point, and I'm going to be dressed down in defense. I'm going to trust my defense. I'm going to stay in close, and I'm going to work. I'm going to work for the knockout. I'm not going to be looking for the home run. I'm going to put some shots on this guy, combination style, some things he don't know nothing about. And, we're going to use our angles, and we're going to outthink this guy, and we're going to outsmart him. And then when it comes down to it, we're going to show him that he's not the only one with muscles in the fight. So, he's going to make me do some things that, maybe I probably, wouldn't want to do. But I'm going to defend myself. And like I said, if I have to hurt this guy, I got to get him out of there. And that's what it is. So he's going to feel it.
Antonio, speaking of sharpshooting, that we talked about that punch that you landed, that hybrid, I guess, hook uppercut that you landed against Danny Green that he never seemed to recover from. It kind of set the tone early in that fight. Given the potential for Lateef's aggression. Do you see shots like that or that particular shot being a factor in this fight?
I mean, you never know. I mean, because he's a total different fighter. You never know. But, I mean, like I said, I'm going to be looking for every opening. And what I feel I'm going to have to do is break this guy down to the body early. So I'm going to be looking for those hard shots to the body. To, if this fight does go, longer than, he anticipated, then I know that we'll both be tired late and, I'll be able to get some things done. So, I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way, man. I'm going to earn it. I'm going to dig to the body early, break the body down, and, work my way up. And when I start going up top, I mean, then, hopefully, he's ready for the picking then, you know what I mean? But I'm not coming in here with any predetermined notions about anything. I'm going to let the fight come to me, and I'm going to do everything. I'm going to be in condition enough to do everything that it takes to get the job done.
Thank you very much, Antonio. Is Freddie Roach available?
Yeah.
Hey, Freddie, how you doing?
Good.
Hey, the other day we were on the conference call, with you and Manny, and we brought up the notion that Tim Bradley, may have a lot of plans and ideas, but that eventually you feel like he's going to settle in and be right there in front of Manny. Being kind of on the other side of that, you have a young guy going against, a veteran in this situation. How do you control the emotion of a young fighter like Lateef so that he doesn't get away from your game plan? Is that going to be a challenge in this fight, given how keyed up he is?
Yeah, it's definitely a challenge. He's a young fighter and he gets excited easily. But for the game plan that we have for the fight, we've been keeping him his head on straight and keeping him calm, and it's working in the gym so far. And will he carry it over to the fight? I think so. But at moments he may get a little excited. But excitement makes good fights, so I'm not really worried about it.
Where's the balance there with a young guy like this who is obviously skillful and talented, but he's going against a guy who is very much a skill-based fighter? Where's the challenge for you over the course of a fight with a guy like that?
Well, Antonio is a great fighter. He has a great resume. He's a Hall of Famer already for sure. But, he's a great fighter, and we need to beat guys like this to get to the top. And so we're training hard, and we got a good game plan, and we're going to do our best to beat him. So we know we're in a tough fight, but that's what it's all about. But I think we're ready at this point.
Last question for you: is there any distinct advantage that you see that Lateef might have based in his youth, based in his power or his athleticism against Antonio?
Well, our youth is our advantage. His experience is his advantage. Whoever pulls it off and controls the fight will be the winner.
Thanks a lot, Freddie.
Good luck.
We have time for a couple more questions, operator.
Our next question comes from John McCormick with BoxingTalk.com.
Hey guys, how are you? This is a quick question for Antonio.
Before you already know you're not going to have anywhere to park.
You said that after this, that Lateef is in your way, and after this, watch your background noise. That's right. Why don't you guys watch your background noise? Hello?
Say it again, sir.
I'm sorry. You said that Lateef is pretty much in your way, and that after this, you're on to bigger and better things. Possibly winning the heavyweight championship is in your vision. Could you elaborate a little bit more on that? I found that comment very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I think that at this point in my career, I did it all. You know what I'm saying? And either I'm going to go for the stars or, I'm going to, tuck it in. So, I got to continue to set the type of goals that I think I can realize and, make me work harder and push me to new heights and to, new levels of, success. I mean, it's a great obstacle, but I think it's one that, you know, if I get the opportunity, I can prepare for and I can win. You know, when you look at Vladimir Klitschko, he's a guy that really don't like southpaws, and the guys that have beaten him has been, you know, southpaws. And, you know, I think I bring the boxing IQ and the ability to avoid the big shot, and I can get inside and do some work. And I think, you know, at 215, you know, I can hit hard enough to get his respect. And once I get his respect, then I can work from there. You know, it's just a great opportunity for me. I think when you look at my resume, a guy that has really been in the game 16 years, have did things that people couldn't even dream about doing, I think I deserve that opportunity and a chance to bring the heavyweight title back to America. That's my goal.
Absolutely. I appreciate that, Carla.
Thank you.
And Lateef, I have one question for you. Obviously, you're up and coming in this bout. You know, you're undefeated. Up and coming fighter. Do you view this bout as like, even though you're undefeated and you know you haven't had any losses in your professional career, do you view this fight as you know, like pretty much the crossroads of your young career? That, you know, it's kind of like almost a lose-lose situation for you. That if you beat Antonio Tarver, critics might say, so what? You know, Antonio's 43 years old and he's past his prime. And if you lose to him, you know, obviously you'll get the criticism that comes along with a loss. Do you feel that you have to be very spectacular in this bout in order to get any kind of acclaim for it?
Yeah, this fight, I don't have nothing to lose. I'm a winner. I always win. He's already lose. He know I lose the fee. So see how he's talking, his mouth is shaking, scared. I'm not like that. I'm strong. I have a good heart. I have feeling for people. I believe my God. I'm not the one fighting. God is the one put me for this level. If I fight the way He want me to fight, maybe I should have lost. So because I'm fighting the way I want to fight, my trainer want me to fight. God put me there. The standards why I'm in 18-0, 14 knockout. No matter power, only God power. I'm going to win this fight, and if I lose this fight, it's a happiness for me. I fight Tony Tarver. People scary, if I don't joke, it's a happiness for me. But my point, I want to show the world I got something better than he. He's not doing nothing. But if I lose, it's a happiness. If I win, it's a happiness. I don't have nothing to lose. All I want you to do, I want to show him I'm better than him. He's going to get hurt so bad, so bad, so bad. I mean it. And at the name of the God, I'm coming to him.
Okay, well, thank you guys for your time, and good luck on June 2nd.
Thank you very much.
Our next question comes from the line of Jeffrey Freeman with Kayode Digest.
Hi, thank you. Antonio, news broke yesterday that Roy Jones will be fighting again soon, this time in Poland against David Kostecki. I was wondering what your thoughts on Roy Jones' decision to keep fighting despite evidence that he shouldn't.
You know, my whole thing is, man, I try not to, you know, sit high and look low on anybody. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Roy Jones is a great fighter. I'm not in his corner. I'm not in his stable. I don't have nothing but an opinion. And, you know, I don't know what to say, man. I mean, you know, his reasons for fighting, obviously, he has them. And, you know, I can't say if the guy, you know, I don't want to see him get hurt. Basically, that's all I can say. And hopefully, you know, he can find a way, you know, to, you know, either win a fight or turn back the hands of time or something. Give him some type of satisfaction where he can say, you know what, I've done it all. My name and my legacy will live forever. And, you know, he's had enough. I mean, but that's totally his call. You know what I mean? I don't know his reasons for fighting. Obviously, he has them, and he feels like he needs to get back in there and put himself in harm's way. You know, and my whole thing is this, man. I personally have made a pat to myself and my family, and I tell myself all the time, when I can no longer win championships, when I can no longer defend titles, then it's time for me to get out the game. So, you know, I'm a champion right now, and I'm just blessed, you know, at the 43 years at 43 years young, that I'm able to still be able to compete at such a high level. I mean, and people always talk about my age, but they forget that I was too old when I started. You know, people told me at 28 it was too old to start your professional career. So that label has always been with me, and I just pay no attention to it because, you know, my career is in the hand of the Lord, and as long as He, you know, bless me with this gift and talent, I'm going to perform. When I no longer can win titles, I'm going to retire. And, you know, that's it. That's just for me as a man and my own person.
What do you think, Antonio, is the key difference between you and Roy that allows you to campaign more successfully, if not more safely, into your 40s?
Well, you know, Roy took a lot of punishment late in his career. You know what I'm saying? Starting with that fight, the first fight we had in Vegas. I mean, and you know, that's when you know, that's the difference. That's how you calculate if a fighter is a shot fighter, if he's a hurt fighter, a damaged fighter, is by the amount of punishment that he takes. You got some 24-year-old, 23-year-old shot fighters. You got some fighters out there that's taking so much abuse that, you know, they can't pass a physical to get a clearance to fight. So, you know, it happened late in Roy Jones' career because he really rarely even, you know, got hurt or hit when he was younger. But, you know, I don't know. I mean, I really can't tell, man. I mean, like I said, Roy Jones took a long time before he really, you know, challenged himself. You know what I mean? This guy had a contract with HBO that said that he can pick whatever opponent he wants. They're going to show it. They're going to give him X amount of dollars to fight this fight. Who would blame him for not wanting to go fight Kawasaki? Who would blame him for not wanting to rematch James Toney? Who would blame him for not wanting to fight, you know, the guys that were available at the time? Who was the one guy that was a long-standing champion? Those are the guys that, you know, Roy Jones should have been facing when he was in his prime. But those fights never happened because he was too busy fighting Richard Frazier and other type of fighters, you know what I mean, that really didn't add up right, couldn't really carry Roy's jock, you know what I mean? And when I eventually got to the number one contention, he ducked me for 2 years because me and Roy fought as amateurs. Roy knew I was coming, you know what I mean? He knew I was coming. I was coming. I lost to Eric Harding because of all the controversy surrounding the fact that I had to fight another eliminator when I had already earned my spot. So, you know, that distracted me. And you know, I kind of was looking past Eric Harding, never taking that fight as serious as I should have taken it. I lost that fight, and, you know, in losing that fight, I received a broken jaw. And that, when I didn't quit, when I received that broken jaw, that really showed me that I had what it takes to be a champion. It wasn't the fact that I won or lost. It was the fact that I didn't quit. You feel me? And that made me then go on. I beat Reggie Johnson, I beat Chris Johnson, and I was the number one contender again. And the fight with Eric Harding was offered to me. And I sat back in my chair. I said, you know what? I looked at myself. I said, look, if I can't beat Eric Harding, I don't deserve to be in the ring with Roy Jones. That's how I felt. So I risked it all. I risked everything to fight this man one more time. And I could have easily lost that fight. See, fighters don't take those type of risk anymore because it wasn't about the money. It was about me as a man and me as my ability and my skill and my talent. I had to prove something to me. You know what I mean? And I went back in there, and I had a rough first 2 rounds, but I was patient enough, and I got the opening, and I did what I had to do. I destroyed Eric Harding. He was never the same fighter. I knocked him out in 4 rounds. It was live on HBO, and then I knew I was ready for Roy Jones. Not before, not until I got rid of Eric Harding. So I went in there with all the confidence that I deserved to be that number one contender. I deserved to be facing the best fighter in the world, pound for pound. And so that's why I went in there with the type of confidence that I had in the first fight. I felt I beat Roy. Roy took a lot of punishment that fight. That's what enabled me to knock him out the second time because I beat him. I hit him with shots that was, you know, he took shots just on will, but I hurt him a lot of times in that fight, and to the body, to the head, and he took a beating. You know what I mean? On the ropes, I'm hitting this guy 5, 6, 7, 8 times, hard shots. Roy was never the same after that fight. That's why I was able to knock him out in the second fight, and he was never the same since then. So, you know, it's about the punishment that a fighter takes. And, you know, I'm thankful that I've had a great defense so far in professional boxing. You know, I haven't been hurt, and I can, pretty much rely on my defense to get me through tough spots when guys are trying to knock my head off. You know, my instincts are pretty much still intact. My reflexes are there. So, I trust my defense, and my coach tell me all the time, you haven't got hurt now, we're not gonna get hurt, before we retire. And that's my goal, to walk away from this game with all my faculties and still never been knocked out in a fight. That's something I pride myself on. Never been knocked out, never been stopped in a fight. So, that's what it is. And, I feel good about June 2nd, man. I'm excited about it. And, I'm going to turn back the hands of time. You're going to see a young 43-year-old fighter in there. And you ain't going to know who the old fighter is. Trust me and believe, you won't know who the old fighter is in that ring.
Thanks, Antonio. Good luck. Is Freddie Roach still on the call?
I think Freddie had to go.
Freddie had to go. Lateef is still on the line?
But, I'm here.
Hi, Lateef. What was it that Antonio Tarver said as an announcer during the telecast of your fight that annoyed you the most and convinced you that you needed to or wanted to fight him? What did he specifically say?
Well, he said a lot of things because all the time I've been fighting on showboat, he never said good thing about all the fight. But every time I don't even pay attention. I think that is his job. Maybe that's what he's doing. But he keep doing. So one of my fans called me, hey, Lateef, you do a good job for last fight, but this man is saying bad about you. What do you do with this guy? I don't know, man. So I went back to all my fight. I looked the same, listen to everything he said. I said to myself, you know what? I can't take this from him, this guy no more. Anyway, I see him on showboat, I'm not going to let you do anything for me. I will wash my mouth what I told him. I'm going to tell you, hey, guy, why you always say I will attack him? I make myself promise. And I did. I asked him why he always say bad. But I'm not feel comfortable for that. I want you to feel the punch. The punch that they call slap. They call slapping. I want you to feel it. And I want you to show me a sharp shooter, the one he has. I will take your punch. I will refuse. I will take all your punch. But you can't take mine. I believe myself. And I believe my Lord. Now by the name of the Lord, the victory you have when you fight Roy Jones, you have a victory. All over the world you know your name. On June 2nd, it's going to be my turn. You don't go nowhere. I believe myself. I believe my Lord. He's going to do it for me. That's all.
Very good. Thank you to both fighters and good luck.
Thank you.
Your next question comes from the line of Eddie Goldman with No Holds Barred.
Thank you very much. Hi, everybody. First question for Lateef. Lateef, earlier Antonio talked about his struggles coming up as a fighter. Can you talk a little bit about your background and coming from Nigeria to the United States and some of the things you've experienced?
Yeah, I was in a team Nigeria back home. 2005, I've been the African champion #1. I came to the United States qualifier Olympic in Chicago. I decided to turn professional because it's an opportunity for me to come in the United States to turn professional. I met Freddie and Steve. I start my career in the boxing. I start my pro debut. Since when I've been working with them, every time I've been fight, because I'm learning. I'm getting better. Even the same thing when I get to the show boss, the first time I fight, I'm getting better. Even they always tell me, I can't go long distance. I just knock people out. They say a lot of things about me. Okay, now I'm going down, I go long distance. Tony still say another thing. He say, I used to, I'm too rough, I too use power, I don't use sense. What made me mad so bad about this stuff, he called me for sparring partner. I'm not a sparring partner. I don't have a internet or Facebook or sparring partner. Anybody call me or I'm not a sparring partner. You know what I mean? So you can't call me for a sparring partner. When you say I don't have experience enough, what do you want to get from me? You want to get power or what do you want? So you don't need to get nothing. I need to prove it for you on June 2nd. So I'm really blessed to be in the United States. I love America to be here. I love my country too, Nigeria. I learned this country is a lesson for me. There's a lot of stuff I learned. A lot of stuff. If I stay back home, I will learn there, but I think God bring me here for purpose. To learn, to show, to let me know life is different. The way we live over there is different the way we live over here. It's a lesson. My English much better. I can write, I can do everything. When I came, I can't do all those stuff. I'm really blessed. I love to be in America, and I'm still going to remain in America.
Great, Lateef. Lateef, one last question before we do, though. Just want to remind everybody once again that tomorrow, Thursday, May 24th, we're going to have another conference call for the June 2nd forewarned Showtime telecast at the Home Depot Center in Carson, California. Tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, will feature Winky Wright and Peter Quillen, and Austin Trout, who will be defending his WBA title against number 3 Delvin Rodriguez, and will be two great fights. So please join us again tomorrow, and now we'll go to our last question.
The last question comes from the line of Richard Diosio with the Fresno Examiner.
Good afternoon. Thanks for taking my call. My first question is for Lateef. And Lateef, do you have a prediction on how the fight is going to end?
Yeah, by the name of God, I put it God first. I will knock it down before 5th round or 5th round. Not going to be like that.
There you go. And question to Antonio Tarver. Antonio, you've made a career, or you've been your best when you've had that chip on your shoulder. The fact that Lateef took offense to your comments as a Showtime commentator, is that enough to make this personal and get that chip back on your shoulder, or are you simply looking at him as a roadblock to a heavyweight championship?
No, I'm not looking at him as a roadblock. I mean, I got a boulder on my shoulder, man. I mean, this guy, he's been doing a lot of talking, so, we've had that before. I mean, a lot of guys, every guy I fight want to knock me out. You feel me? So that's nothing new. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but we're going to have to fight the fight. He think he's bulletproof. That's what he think. He think when he get, he going to eat my punches. That's what he think, and spit them out. Well, that's what they sadly mistaken. You feel me? Because he going to swell, he going to cut, he going to swell up, get hurt, and all that. So he going to have to go through the lion's den. And he's going to get baptized through the fire come June 2nd. And we're going to see what he made of. And that's it.
Perfect. Thanks, gentlemen. Good luck to both of you.
Okay. Thank you all for all your participation today. Antonio, do you want to make any closing comments about the show itself, since you are promoting it also?
Yeah, I'd just like to say, when you listen to these conferences like this, man, you understand that these, every fighter has worked hard, every fighter has gotten in great shape, and we all plan on putting on a hell of a display come June 2nd. And like I said, I think Showtime has done another marvelous job of bringing the best talent together and putting on the best fights. And, you got the young versus the old, forewarned. You got Winky Wright coming back against a very talented Peter Quillen, and he's vowed to take Winky Wright to Mars, where the stars roam. So, it's going to be a hell of a show. No doubt Trout is defending against a very capable young contender. So I'm excited about it, man. And we're Lateef, Kayode, and I is the main event. So, we promise fireworks in that fight, and that's a must-see. So, we're going to see, will the torch be passed, or will the old man continue to hold on to his strap? So, I'm excited about it. I just want to thank everybody for participating in the media call and give it the respect that it deserves, because I think this fight will outperform the build-up. I really do.
Okay. Again, thank you you all for participating on the call. If you can't be at the Home Depot Center on Saturday, June 2nd, forewarned on Showtime. The telecast begins at 9 p.m. Eastern and Pacific, delayed on the West Coast. And that will be preceded by preliminary fights on Chiller Stream, which begin at 8 p.m. Eastern and Pacific. So we have another great night, full night of boxing on Showtime on Saturday, June 2nd. We look forward to seeing you there. And again, thanks for your participation, and we hope that you're all on the call tomorrow for Winky and Peter Quillen, Austin Trout, and Delvin Rodriguez. Again, thank you. Have a good day, everyone, and we'll talk to you soon. Goodbye.